So at this point, you want to move it out to the 100-yard range and put it at the 100-yard target mark. It's important to note here that your bullet's not going to impact the same place that it did when you're at the 50-yard mark, just because, well, for instance, in this, I'll take this rifle for example. The scope is not truly completely aligned with the barrel, so you actually have basically a crossing of the scope and the barrel's like trajectories, I guess you might say. So at this point in time, going to 100 yards, if you sight in your gun, let's say a half-inch low at 50 yards, you're just going to be right on the money at 100 yards. Now, that's just a general rule of thumb there. You want to be a little bit low at 50 and then be high at 100. But here, good rule of thumb is that you just you need to have it about, I want to say an inch, but personally I do 2 inches high at 100 yards, just to allow for longer ranges. Once again, once it's clear to fire, shoot your 100-yard range and see what happens. And now, once you see where your bullets are impacting, once again you want to go and you want to make adjustments on your scope. At 100 yards, it's going to be exactly what it says on the scope, so it's going to be a 1/4 inch per clip. Here you want to fire 3 to 5 shots depending on what kind of group size that you're looking for. Also, you have to remember that your first shot is typically called your cold barrel shot, and it's not going to be the same as your preceding shots, or your shots after that first shot, because your barrel warm up and the dynamics of your barrel are actually going to change. Here you want to continue to fine tune your scope until it's impacting absolutely where you want it. This is a spectacular group right here. Honestly, I wish I could shoot half as good most of the time. Now, you have to remember that gravity's always going to play a role in any kind of ballistic situation with bullets, or with any thing that follows a ballistic trajectory. So you need to remember that where your rifle is impacting at 100 yards, it's not going to be where it impacts anywhere farther than that. So you need to take into account this, and there are a lot of ways that people go about this. Some will actually shoot their rifle at longer ranges, but a lot of times you simply can't do that because of range limitation. And this goes on explaining how this shooting past 100 yards is truly a challenge for a lot of people. A good rule of thumb is that you want to shoot as far range as you are possibly comfortable with. This is particularly important because it's not like a deer is going to sit there at 100 yards like every time. So you need to practice those extended ranges just so that you know and you're comfortable with your rifle. Once again, a lot of ranges you're not able to shoot past 100 yards. One way around this is to look up what's called a ballistics table for your particular gun and ammunition that you're using. This is an example of such a ballistics chart, and it actually show you, depending on where you sight your rifle in at. For instance, this one right here is 0 to 200 yards, which is what typically most people do. If you sight in your rifle 1.5 to 2 inches high at 100 yards, you're usually going to be dead on at 200. But this will give you like exactly how much your bullet's going to drop at each range, which is very important because you never know how far the deer is going to be. You never know how far of a shot you're going to have to take, and you want to make your shots count. Now, after your gun's all sighted in and you think you're ready to go, there's one more thing you really need to consider, and that is alternate shooting positions. The range is great. It's a great way to get your rifle sighted in to where it's shooting properly, but that's only half the equation. The other half of the equation is you. you know how to shoot from any situation. A lot of times, you're not going to have a perfect rest. Nothing's going to work out perfect. It's going to be impromptu, spur of the moment, and you're going to have to take your shot. So, practicing different shooting positions is very, very important. There's 3 alternate shooting positions I'm going to cover here. The first is standing offhand, and this is the hardest to master. You have the least amount of support as far as supporting your firearm than any of the other 2. As you can see here, your own arms are your only support here in this particular shooting position. Now, the sitting shooting is one of my favorites, and it is the second most stable of the 2 positions. As you can see, you have multiple points of contact here, and you're actually using your elbow and knee to support the rifle instead of just your hands. So you have more stability in your shot. Now, the most stable of all the shooting positions is the prone position.